Hi everyone, it's me Shalmira and I'm checking back in. I finished a 48-hour dry fast and for the most part I felt really energized and strong. There were moments when I felt like I was thinking about food a little bit, but overall I wasn't suffering. So I also wanted to talk about some of the benefits of dry fasting, which I definitely experienced more this time than the last two times. So I noticed an overall feeling of being really physically strong right away. And the thing is, when you stop consuming food and water and you give your body a break, it actually responds and it actually already knows what to do. So you can feel it start adjusting what needs to be adjusted in your body, changing the energy levels that you need, and just working on the organs. I could definitely feel, one of the benefits of dry fasting is detox of your organs, your kidneys, your liver, your lymph system, your body, your blood. Uh, you can just, I could feel my liver kind of throbbing a bit, but it felt good. It felt strong. It felt like it was cleaning itself. And I felt my kidneys. You can see sediment coming out in your urine. You can sometimes actually feel, like I did, I felt my kidneys kind of squeezing out the toxins. And if you know that ahead of time, then you're not going to go into fear around it, because it really is a cleansing process. So at first your urine might be clear or light, a light color. And during the fast, usually, about 24 hours into it, it'll start releasing the sediment. So your urine will get a little cloudy. Mine got cloudy, or it might get a little darker. It might get really dark orange. And what I've learned is that this is the cleaning out. Now, of course, if you have blood in your urine, if you feel intuitively like it's not healthy, consult your doctor. I'm just sharing my experience. This is not medical advice for anybody. I am I feel like I'm getting a lot out of this. I've prepared a lot for it. And in my next video, I'm going to go over healthy ways to prepare before you just jump into a dry fast. I don't recommend anybody just jumping into a dry fast if you're not already accustomed to fasting, juice fasting or water fasting, or any type of fasting like that. So I've done a lot of preparation, and I think I mentioned that in my last video. So I would highly recommend reading about it, getting educated about it, and prepare yourself. I definitely did the baking soda, water, lemon, and apple cider vinegar to alkalize my body beforehand and after. And I think that is essential. You don't want to have kidney stones, and you don't want to go into the fast in a highly acidic state, because just fasting itself will produce more acid in your body as you're detoxing. One of the biggest benefits of dry fasting is cell regeneration. It actually will activate cell regeneration, and this is amazing. You can literally feel, after a dry fast, even a 24-hour dry fast, you can feel stronger and cleaner. And so, the human body consists of about 10 trillion individual cells. And some of them will regenerate quickly, and some of them will take a really long time. The ones that regenerate slower can be between 11 and 15 years old. So although our body can completely regenerate itself, what is it, within 7 years, some of these cells don't regenerate that quickly. I think the cardio cells or one of the slowest to regenerate unless you give it a helping hand. And so what's beautiful about dry fasting is you're getting out of your own way, and the body knows what to do. And when you stop giving the body water specifically, it will seek out water on its own. It will literally go into the cells. It'll go looking for water, and it can go into the cells and it'll split the cells open to get water because the cells have water in them. And so any unhealthy cells will be discarded from the body because your body it's seeking out clean water. It's seeking out something that it can burn as fuel. So what's beautiful about this is that it will actually take sick cells and burn them up. It'll take edemas. It'll take tumors. It'll go after these things as fuel when you're not giving it water and just overloading it with food. So I just think that's amazing that it will use unhealthy cells and degenerative tissues and fat and disease and parasites and mold and candida. It'll go in and it'll just burn these things up. It'll eat it up. It'll use it as fuel. So, and then it starts to actually starve the cells from these intruders, the parasites, the candida. And so these parasites that are living on you and causing you to be sick will start dying off. And it can even eliminate radiation just by giving it a chance. That's the beautiful part about it. Let's see. So basically, it'll just go through and burn everything that it doesn't need in there. And what you're left with is healthier cells. New, healthier, younger cells. I've even read that one day of dry fasting can undo the damage that you've done in the last year. So if you've done 4 days of dry fasting, then you can reverse 4 years. So that's pretty awesome. I talked about it getting rid of toxins in the blood and the liver and the lymph. A lot of times just on our own, as we're just putting lots of food in, the lymph system never really can catch up. And so this is a beautiful way to just release all that stagnant energy that's been building. The brain activity increases, although during the actual dry fast, I felt a little bit of brain fog. Once I broke the fast, and this is usually when the healing occurs, is when you break it. Once I broke the fast, I had my reflexes were a lot faster. My brain was clearer and working more effectively. So that was definitely a plus. Your creativity will go up. It'll skyrocket. Again, in my experience, that was after I broke it. Sometimes during it, you can expect different reactions during. Some days, 2 days, I felt really high energy, really creative, clear mind, and then one day, I felt a little lethargic. So, but after, you'll feel a boost, a definite boost. And I felt like my energy centers were getting cleared out. I felt like my meridians were getting more balanced. And so afterwards, I felt just an overall balance and just like I was back on track energetically, which was nice. I felt quite a bit of spiritual opening. You can experience that. I had more insights and revelations coming when I meditated. It was just so much easier to just get into and sink into the stillness and the clarity and allow that to just open up inside instead of trying to quiet my mind, calm my mind. stop all the thoughts. It was very effortless to just sink into that. Um, I also noticed that I could breathe more deeply. Breathing was not almost, it was incredibly pleasurable. It's like I could breathe deeper than I had in a long, long time, and it felt euphoric. I also noticed my senses were heightened. I could smell every little thing. I could smell the balsam for trees. I could smell the grass and the soil. The soil smelled so rich and delicious. I also used essential oils just for the pleasure. I mean, it actually felt better than eating. Just smelling the oils of lavender and sacred frankincense. It was amazing. I went to the grocery store and I was smelling fruit as I walked by, and again, just so much pleasure and just the aromas, and everything was heightened. Yeah, I could hear things that I wouldn't have noticed before, the birds singing, and so yeah, that was pretty amazing. And the increase in energy that I had after I broke it was surprising to me, because I went to the gym and was able to jog and lift weights, and I did lift weights during the fast for a couple of days and actually felt strong then too. There were just a few occasions when I was walking uphill that I actually had to just kind of stop and catch my breath and really deeply breathe, and then I could push forward, and it felt really good getting the fresh air and just being able to breathe in deeper than normal. And even saying normal, I think that is normal. I think we get so accustomed to breathing shallow and not having those full deep breaths that we consider that abnormal when we feel that way. But I'm starting to really see that that is normal, is to be able to breathe so deeply. I know that another thing that happens in dry fasting is that as the fat burns from around the organs and shifts around, we actually do have more space. Our organs they can actually move around and adjust and have more space. So the diaphragm will actually kind of drop, and we do actually have more space to breathe in the lungs. So that is another added benefit. I'm sure there are more that I'm not thinking of right now, but these are some pretty big ones, and I just wanted to share that. Again, I don't recommend anybody just jumping straight into dry fasting, but if you do prepare for it, if you do work up to it, and if it feels like something that you want to do that would be good for you, I highly recommend giving it a try. Yeah, so my next video will be on how exactly to take the steps to be able to do this, and I'm also going to do another video on how the best ways that I've learned to break the fast, and just tips that I've learned while you're on the fast so that you can kind of work with your mindset. If it's challenging, there are things that you can do to make it a little easier for you to kind of distract yourself in healthy ways and ways that can be really enjoyable. So that is what I've learned, and I'll be fasting in another week or so. Not certain of what the length is. I will probably do a video before and then after, so I'm just going to be really intuitive the next time and keep checking in and see how long I want to go. If I'm feeling really good and I get an intuitive guidance to go longer, then I'll go longer. I'll do 60 hours or 72. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.